The Lion and the Mouse. Leo the lion was the king of the savannah. He had the loudest roar, the biggest mane, and the most important naps. One sunny afternoon, he was snoozing under his favorite acacia tree, dreaming of being even more important. Scurrying through the tall grass was a tiny mouse named Pip. She was on a mission to find the crunchiest seeds for her lunch. In her haste, she didn't see the giant, furry mountain ahead. Boink! She ran right up Leo's nose. Roar! Leo woke up with a snort. His eyes snapped open and glared down at the tiny creature trembling on his snout. With a flash of fur, he slammed his giant paw down, trapping Pip in the dark. "I am going to eat you for a snack," he grumbled. "Please, Your Majesty," squeaked a tiny voice from under his paw. "Don't eat me. I'm very small and not very tasty. If you let me go, I promise I will help you one day." Leo let out a deep, rumbling laugh that shook the ground. "You? Help me? That's the funniest thing I've ever heard." The idea was so silly that it put him in a good mood. "All right, little mouse, run along before I change my mind." A few days later, while strolling through the jungle, Leo felt a sudden whoosh. A thick rope trap hidden in the leaves pulled tight around his body, hoisting him into the air. He was stuck. He roared and roared, but the ropes were tight, and his mighty roars came out as frustrated grunts. He thrashed and pulled, but the knots only got tighter. For the first time, the king of the savannah felt very small and very scared. But a tiny pair of ears heard his muffled cries. Pip peeked out from behind a large leaf and saw the great lion trapped in the net. She remembered her promise. "Don't worry, King Leo," she squeaked. "I'm here to help." Leo watched in amazement as the little mouse scampered up the thick rope. She found the main knot and began to chew. Nibble, gnaw, nibble, gnaw. Her tiny teeth were surprisingly sharp, and one by one, the thick strands of the rope started to snap. With a final snap, the last rope broke and Leo tumbled safely to the ground. He shook himself free and looked down at the tiny mouse. "You kept your promise," he said, his voice full of wonder. "Thank you." From that day on, the great big lion and the tiny little mouse were the very best of friends. Moral of the story: small acts of kindness will be rewarded greatly. What we can learn from this story: we can learn that mercy brings its reward and that there is no being so small that it cannot help a greater.